I believe strongly, and there's enough evidence to back this up, that they are conspiring to commit a hate crime against a disabled LGBTQ woman. It's because they think I'm trans. They thought I was trans, and then their egos got bruised when they learned that I wasn't. But that was after they've contacted the police to literally harass me more than 37 times just while I was at my mom's house. I can't afford internet anymore. I haven't been able to afford it, since last year. So I go to, my mom's house, and I use the internet so I can get, all these things that I need done, all my medical appointments. I'm communicating with my lawyer, the normal things that you need internet for, because for some reason the internet in my house they've done something to the tower, and I have no service really at my house, so I have to go to my mom's. I'm parked outside where the internet works, and back in March, and there's all these videos that are documented in here. Back in March, I was doing TikTok live, and a guy rolled up and hollered some negative thing, something. It sounded like he said an obscenity, but I'm still not clear really what he said. It just sounded like he was talking outside of his face. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What are you doing there? You're in the middle of the road. I'm in the middle of the yard." I wasn't in the middle of the yard. We do pull up into my mom's yard, especially when we're all there. And it was just more convenient to be on my mom's private property and pull it up, so I could be close to the signal. And he called the police on me after I told him to step off. He tried to get out of the vehicle and come onto my mom's property. And I was like, "Dude, step off. Like, who are you?" About 15 minutes later, the police showed up. They came to, actually, that's all on video as well. Even though I tried to give them my information and everything else, they were like, "Well, we can, if you don't identify yourself, we can put you in handcuffs." And I was just like, "I'm literally handing you my cards." They went and got my mom out of bed. I was like, "My mom's standing right there. I mean, this is my car, my vehicle. My mom had already said that I could be there." And it was just a complete harassment. So because they didn't win the first time, because they know that calling the police on people that they don't like, or they don't want to be around, whatever assumption that they have, they know that the police will come out and harass people. We understand the racial depravities, but also I don't think a lot of people are aware of what happens to you if you don't look heteronormative in the wrong place. And this is all videotaped. You can actually go back through and watch each of those incidences. As a matter of fact, they went as far as creating a Facebook thread, and they were talking shit about me. All of their names are all listed in there, what they were saying. They were trying to say, "Oh, I'm a homeless person, this and the other." One of them was like, "Oh, she says that's her family's house, and then her mom doesn't want her in the house. Oh, that's questionable." So they even sent their children over there. And this all really started, I was on a medical video call, right? And they were driving these dirt bikes, which is illegal. It's really not legal at all for them to drive these dirt bikes and these off-road vehicles around the neighborhood. But I was like, "Hey, cousin," I was like, "Hey, can you give me like maybe 10 minutes so I can finish this video?" Brandished a badge. He was just like something like, "I was a Marine. How dare you? And do whatever the fuck I want. I'll go get my pew-pews and, take care of you," kind of thing. And then he coerced, manipulated the youth, so they're under 17. I think what they were trying to do was create a scenario to see if I would go off on minors, so that in their minds, the falsities that they created in their minds about how the LGBTQ community stereotype that says that we harm children, call me man, she, he, she. They were bullying me. They were, then that bullying became cyber stalking, because they wrote it all digitally, and they were all plotting and they were conspiring to harass and intimidate me until I would just leave. And actually, there are police involved. So when the police were called on me like 37 times, and I'm doing nothing wrong, I'm legal to be there. I know my rights, and I'm not doing anything wrong. The police were like trying to police my mom's private property, which is completely overstepping police authority. And so we had some words about that, and I didn't lose my cool or anything. But this is what's going on in this community, and they're so mad that they haven't won. I believe that they believe that they will win when they see me roughed up by the police or arrested. Several police reports. I was even trespassed from a gas station that was local for a similar scenario where someone was harassing me. I called the police on them, and then an officer actually herself trespassed me. And then I later talked to that police officer, because I've had to call the police, because these people, there's at least a dozen of them, and their kids, are involved in trying to create, they're misusing government officials to harass and intimidate and falsely imprison me and violate my human rights, my civil rights, and my constitutional rights to freedom of movement. So they are trying to create, what they're trying to do is create a police-created jeopardy that will hopefully, in their minds, take me out in some way, shape, or form. Imagine being disabled. Imagine being that povertized, wading through the systems. I'm doing everything the way I'm supposed to do it. I have attorneys. I'm fighting the battles. I'm fighting the vehicle accident situation that has made me disabled in this way. I cannot work. I've tried. I couldn't even donate plasma. So this entire community constantly harasses and intimidates me for their own very selfish, ignorant, illegal reasons. I have several police reports, and I'm not getting anywhere with even all the documentation. So I'm going to have to sue all of them individually because the police themselves are involved. One of the children, the youth, said on camera that they all knew about me and the police all knew about me, and they all just thought that I was crazy. But I'm not crazy. I'm a person. I've been povertized because I was in a car accident after already being mistreated from being forced out of my career. And the same kind of stochastic terrorism that employees and my coworkers were also involved in, which pushed me out the door. Meanwhile, while my dad was dying, my mom was in the hospital 3 different times. I've done no wrong. I've done no wrong. So, and then I was harmed by a person inside the store, and so I called the police on them as well. And the police and the prosecutors aren't doing anything about that either, even though it was under camera. I truly believe that it's because I look the way that I look. I do believe it could be somewhat related also, because we have a multiracial family, and me not looking heteronormative, whenever that is, or my cultural haircut, my non-conforming to the way they want me to look or the way they want me to be, even though that's my family's house. We've been there almost 25 years now. I actually even used to live there as well. They want to win, so they are essentially misusing government officials to come over and violate my civil, constitutional, and human rights. When I relay that, when I say that this is violating my 4th, 5th, 14th Amendment, the ICCPR treaty, and I actually even had these words with the police, they get pissed off. The police themselves are actually angry at me when I've called in and I've had these conversations. Like, they call me like, "Oh, you're one of those." The police themselves. "Oh, you're one of those," to me means I'm somebody who knows my rights. I've done no wrong. I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't drink, don't drug. I'm literally just using the internet to try to make ends meet if I can, which seems impossible in these days and age. So, additionally to the horrible situations that I've already been through, that I have not gotten any justice from, that I need to seek justice, and I'm still seeking justice, as well as the formal complaints against the actual police themselves, they are trying to make my life a living hell, and that it's terrorism is exactly what it is. It's completely terrorism, and it's conspiring against my freedom of movement. And this is what they are doing. They're trying to do everything they can to maintain legalities on their end, to where they look like they're not doing anything while they are terrorizing me. This is really happening because they don't feel that I should exist. So this is why I'm seeking help of the community, support, to get my voice out, because I'm being silenced. And that's why I have it in the Fund Me Go under, if you look up Drea's Journey to Health and Safety. I need safety.